it really helps to have a map or a series of signposts when you're going on this journey, because for the most part, you didn't have those when you started this. And it probably would have been helpful for you to have them.
Okay, I love it. So it's very interesting. So I mean, there is of course this saying that a path is made in a walking. But I started out this experiment of allowing and letting be what arises in my consciousness as a start of a journey. And because I thought whatever I did before that didn't work, or it worked for a little moment, I had improved myself, but all my solutions worked in some situations, but not in all situations. So I thought, well, I need to do, where do I go from here? How can I be truly have a great life or be really myself under any circumstance? And that then it came to me that, well, let's start right where I am and do nothing except for letting it be whatever is there, and then see what opens up, see where that leads me to. And so in that practice of allowing and letting be, at some point I started to see, well, first it brought me in a place of observation. I could actually see what was happening in my consciousness. And then I could see what is actually not true, like that I had been dealing with as if it was the truth. And so, and then by the recognition of what was arising that I treated as true, that it was not true, and then staying with that, what it opens up was the next thing. So it was an unfolding of what actually is true by the degree that I could see what was not true about what was arising in my consciousness. And so that is the unfolding journey. And in hindsight, it's easy to describe the journey. Yes, you do this, or you do, or you will see this, you will see that. Now, so therefore, those 7 points that you mentioned, they have no value. They are absolutely useless. That is to say that this can only be of value in your own discovery. Now, I have been on this unfolding journey, and I can report, I can let you know what most likely you will see when you take the step, the courageous step, the most unlikely step, to do the counterintuitive, and it is to allow for whatever arises in your consciousness and be brave to stay with it. And then I promise you will actually see for yourself what is not true about what you have been dealing with and you have been taking as true. And so that is the value of the 7 points that you brought up.
So they're signposts, but they're sort of vague signposts. Or, well, they're not, in some sense, you're saying each individual has their own set of signposts or recognition that they would do on the journey.
That might be true. Like someone else who would want to take this journey would discover other, what you might say, that's very interesting, what you might call are untruths. But this is what you will encounter. Those 7 points you will encounter. But you have to discern them for yourself to have it be valuable. That is what I'm saying.
Okay, got it. That makes sense to me.
So taking what I'm saying for the truth doesn't work and is not the purpose of this conversation. It's like a roadmap. And well, what it might give you is confidence. in yourself and confidence in the process. But it has got to come from your own discovery.
Well, it's like other roadmaps. You can follow a roadmap, but the intensity of the experience of the real thing, the trees, the lakes, the oceans, whatever, are going to be much more dramatic than the roadmap itself.
Yeah, well, that is your personal experience, of course. So there is no value in concepts, in talking about. You can't talk about the truth. I mean, you can do it, but it is only has got value through your own experience. You can only discover the truth through your own experience. And so what I'm sharing is a journey where that is possible for you to really, really finally discern what is true in your life. And that I can't tell you how valuable that is. You are then yourself. You are then at you are the beginning and the end of your life. You are then you have reclaimed the control over your life, basically, rather than being at the effect of the thinking of the mind that is wired in people's speech, and then your reaction to it, etc., etc. And when we kind of get born into language, we have no knowing of that. It's just the way it is. And so this conversation, this process of allowing and then bringing to a place of awareness makes you aware of your true self that has been there all your life, so to speak. It was always there, but you identified yourself with something that is not yourself, and therefore that self that you are was not part of your life in its full expression. So, yeah.